Hey guys, Pro Football Tailgater. I'm Chris Rowe, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft. I'm going to be using FantasyPros Draft Simulator, Draft Wizard. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the program. We're going to use that for right now, and I'm going to be going through the draft, giving you kind of my insight on who I would choose at what point. Today we're going to do a 12-team mock draft, PPR format, snake format, and I'm going to talk you through all the picks. The picks that I'm going to make are going to be from the number 7 position, which is supposed to be like the worst. And some people call it no man's land, anywhere from 5 to 8. In a mock draft scenario, I get as much time as I want. So I'm going to go ahead and start from there. Okay, so we're going to switch over, and I'm going to open up the app. All right, guys, if you guys can see right here, I got 2026 season, PPR, snake. We're going to do basic, 7th position, and we're doing 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 kicker, defense, and 6 bench. So I'm going to make sure to go through the first, at least the top 12 picks, as defense and kickers aren't really like the big thing, but I'm gonna make sure to go through at least the first 12 picks in this simulation. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start right now. We're gonna press the start your draft button, and here we go. All right, not worried about upgrading to premium right now. All right, now this is suggestion mode. Usually I like to do top ranked players because then you get to see everything. So at the number 7 position, they're going ahead and trying to let me know. Let's see. Okay, so Jamar Chase, Bijan, Jamar Gibbs is off the board, Jonathan Taylor, Jackson Smith, and Christian McCaffrey. Now I'm going to go ahead and look, see who we have in our running back position. Left on the board, we have Ashton Genty, James Cook, Chase Brown, Devon Achane, Omarion Hampton. Now I'm going to go ahead and go hero RB right now. I'm probably going to go with the best bet here as far as volume goes. Joe Burrow is on the squad this year, and they're looking to be firing on all cylinders. Whenever Joe Burrow is on the field, Chase Brown seems to really benefit from that the most, and I think he's going to be the most consistent out of these other two. James Cook was he had the most yards and points last year. He just wasn't always consistent. He had a lot of boom, not quite bust, but a lot of boom games. So I'm going to go with the most consistent with Chase Brown in this one. So we're going to go ahead and draft right there. As you can tell in the snake, well, looks like Puka, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, Achane. Okay, so let's just look at what we got here. We got Nico Collins on the board. Trey McBride is still there. George Pickens is still there. Chris Olave, Brock Bowers, Rashee Rice, and Omarion Hampton. So what I think I'm going to do here is I think I'm not so big on Nico Collins being trustworthy yet. And you kind of need to see it. Trey McBride, he had an awesome season last year. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to stack on another running back here. And I'm going to go with who I think is going to be extremely useful. I'm going to go with Omarion Hampton. So we have 2 running backs. We don't have to worry about running back for a long time, and we can concentrate on wide receiver now. Okay, as you can tell, after Omarion, Saquon went, Nico went, Jeremiah Love went, Josh Jacobs went, Rashee Rice, Chris Olave, Trey McBride, George Pickens, Malik Neighbors. Ooh, Neighbors, he's injured. That's a risky pick. Derrick Henry went, Brock Bowers, Kyron Williams. Okay, so now we are looking to stack our wide receivers now. Now, I'm actually a big believer that Garrett Wilson's going to come back into being a number one again, but also we got Devontae Smith. He might be a number one. The question is he going to be consistent? That's tough. I don't know that he's going to be as consistent. Just Jalen Hurts. Although the OC is going to kind of change everything up a little bit to be more pass heavy. Also in the 3 spot, we have Josh Allen. I could go with Josh Allen and really stack, everything in my favor and maybe come back and pick up either a Mecca or if he's still there, Lad McConkey. You know what? I'm gonna go with Josh Allen right here. I'm gonna see what happens. Let's go with Josh Allen. Okay, so Devonta and Garrett went off the board, along with Zay Flowers, Tedderell McMillan, Bucky Irving, T. Higgins, Drake May, Colston Loveland, Lamar Jackson. Okay, so I talked about Lad McConkey in my past videos. I think he's going to be really consistent, especially in this Mike McDaniels offense. I think I'm going to draft him as my number one receiver and see where we get with him. I'm already stacked. I'm feeling good with Chase Brown and Omarion Hampton and Josh Allen. So far, this looks like a pretty killer team, so I'm going to go with Lad McConkey here. All right, with that move, Lad McConkey, Luther Burden went right after in the 4th position, 4-7. Mecca Buka, I like him too. Jalen Waddle, Travis Etienne, Javonte, Jaden Daniels. I like Jaden there too in the 4th, round. Cam Scattaboo. I like Terry, Scary Terry, Devontae Adams, Jameson Williams, Jardine Price. Tyler Warren, I was really kind of aiming for him. Let's see. I want to see if one of these other guys are going to fall to me here. Let's see. Carnell Tate, Justin Herbert. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get another good wide receiver here. Christian Watson got paid like a number one receiver, and all reports indicate that he is going to be looking like the number one receiver in his offense. He's got the long ball already down. Romeo Dobbs is gone. Dontavian Wicks is gone. So we got more of a streamlined connection between him and Tucker Kraft. Roma Dunze is a number one, but he's got an injured foot. We got a bunch of running backs here. We don't need a running back quite yet. And then we have Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate is supposed to have a lot of upside. He's definitely going to be his number one as far as all reports indicate. I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to do Carnell Tate in the 5th round. We're going to go with Carnell because I like Lad. Carnell's good at the number 2, I think. I could be wrong, but let's just see. Travion, I got DeAndre Swift has gone, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Joe Burrow went, Harold Fannin, Christian Watson, RJ Harvey, Tucker Kraft. I was hoping that Tucker Kraft would be there, as I have him very high on my list. So I traded in Carnell Tate for Tucker Kraft. I'm going to go and see if we have any tight ends left available. Anybody who's on my top 10 here. Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Jake Ferguson, Dalton Kincaid, Isaiah Likely. I like Isaiah Likely. I'm going to see if I can pick him up in not this round, but maybe the next round. We're going to go back to wide receiver, or actually, let's go back to running back because I do have my flex position that I would like to fill up with somebody consistent. Quinshon Judkins did about 19 points per game last year. I would think that he's going to be fed the rock again. The offensive line, especially under Todd Monken. I mean, you got to think he's going to be a lot like how Derrick Henry is used to in the Ravens. So I like Quinshon Judkins, but I really like the upside of Bashal Tutin. Bashal Tutin he's definitely going to be the workhorse. I know everybody's talking about Chris Rodriguez going there, and he's reunited with his old college coach. That's fine and dandy and all. Chris Rodriguez is not Bashal Tutin. Bashal Tutin is completely he's athletic freak. He's going to catch passes. He's going to get the goal line work. He had the goal line work last year, even with Travis Etienne in there. You know what? I think I'm going to lock up my flex position. I'm going to do Bashal Tutin here. So I'm going to go with him. Let's see who got taken off the board. We got Roma Dunze, Jalen Hurts, Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta, Caleb, Quinshon got taken, Brian Thomas. I was looking for Marvin Harrison maybe on the somewhere in one of these rounds, but that's okay. We got Carnell Tate, Jackson Dart, Justin Herbert, Jalen Warren, Trevor Lawrence. So we had a run on quarterbacks there. So you know what? I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm gonna go back to tight end. Well, we still got a couple on the board. You know what? We might be able to hold off one more round. Let's go to wide receivers here. We got DK, Alex Pierce, Cortland Sutton. I'm really just looking for bench players now, somebody who can really fill in. I'm not paying attention to bye weeks. Just because if I got a bye week, I can figure something out. Pick up somebody on the waiver wire. We just picked up a running back. Bashal Tutin. You know what? I'm going to take another little risk here. I really, really like Jordan Tyson. So this might be a reach, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up Jordan Tyson. He might end up being the number one over Chris Olave. Chris Olave is a third-round talent. He's excellent wide receiver, and he definitely has the, I would say, the veteran lion's share right now. But Jordan Tyson is just amazingly talented, and I think under Kellen Moore, Jordan Tyson is really going to flourish. They're going to do it just like Cincinnati, and I think with Tyler Shuck, I think that he's going to take a step forward, and he can't take a step forward if he doesn't have another person to catch passes. So I'm going to do Jordan Tyson. I'm really going to try do him right now. And hopefully we'll get our tight end here in Isaiah Likely. I think he might be a bargain, especially with Malik Neighbors being injured. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. It looked like we had a run on running backs here. Chuba Hubbard, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum. So we're going to go back to the well. Let's say Isaiah Likely's still on the board. I don't know. Well, let me check out the running back because there might be a running back that I really like here. And there is. I really like Jonathan Brooks to maybe take over that number one spot. Let's go wide receivers. Check it out. Alex Pierce is still there. Chris Godwin. Yeah, I think I'm going to reach for him. This is going to be 8th round. Jonathan Brooks. He's been going in the 10th. But I'm going to do 8th round Jonathan Brooks, and then hopefully Likely's there. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, let's see how we came out. Michael Wilson, Kenny Gainwell, Mekhi Lemon, Jacoby Myers, Travis Kelce got taken, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones. Bill got taken, Ricky Pearsall, Alex Pierce, Tyrone Tracy, Keir Godwin. So now we're starting to scrape kind of bottom of that barrel on some of these guys. So I have an extra running back now, one that I think has high upside. let's go back. Let's see if Isaiah Likely's ready to be taken. He might be. Let's check out our wide receiver. Got Pittman Jr. He's in a new place on the Steelers. Wan'Dale Robinson, supposed to get a lot of work going to Tennessee. Parker Washington, everybody loved him. Josh Downs. Now, I didn't get Tyler Warren early on. I really like Tyler Warren. I think he's going to be number 2. Josh Downs might be number 1 while Alec Pierce is down. Josh Downs. I really like Josh Downs here. But I'm not locking up that George Kittle, Jake Ferguson. I don't like Kittle because he's old and still kind of injured. Jake Ferguson, I don't think he's going to get as much as you think he is. Dalton Kincaid, he could be the number 2 pass catcher there, but with more in the mix, I don't know. Between him and Shakir, it's kind of a toss-up there. Isaiah Likely, I'm reaching for Likely right now, but I'm gonna do it because he might be the number 1. Somebody's got to catch passes from Jackson Dart, and Likely might be the most likely candidate. Yeah, I know, I did it. I'm so sorry. We're gonna go ahead and hit up Likely and see if Downs is still available after this. Let's see what we got here. Nope, Josh Downs got taken. Jared Goff, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jordan Mason, Dylan Sampson, Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, Pittman, Josh Downs, Woody Marks. Okay, so let's see who else we got here in our wide receiver. Ooh, Jordan Addison. People are sleeping on Jordan Addison this year. It can't just be Jet Jefferson. Jordan Addison has a good long ball. Let's check out running backs. See, we got Chris Rodriguez there, Tajay Spears, Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco might be a little sneaky just because I don't think that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be the true workhorse like they say as much. I know they brought in Isaiah Pacheco to spell him, I think. So that might be a sneaky little pickup there. But let's kind of beef up our wide receivers since, I didn't pick up like a crazy good wide receiver. Or maybe I did. I might have picked up 3 crazy good wide receivers here. You know what? Let's do Jordan Addison. I'm going to do Jordan Addison here in the 10th round. So after Jordan Addison went Zach Charbonnet, Chris Rodriguez. Jonah Coleman, that's an interesting upside one. Alvin Kamara still getting taken up. Tajay, Isaiah Pacheco, he got taken. He wasn't there. Jaden Reed, George Kittle in the 11th round. Quentin Johnson, Romeo Dobbs, Xavier Worthy, Stephon Diggs, who doesn't even have a team yet. But you never know where he's going to go. Okay, so let's check out who else we got here. Let's look at our running backs. Now we got a bunch of backups. Ray Davis, Emmanuel Wilson, Konami Vidal. Konami Vidal might be a good pickup just to shore up with Omarion Hampton. He got injured last year and he filled in okay. He was kind of boom or bust, but that's okay. Now Emmanuel Wilson right here, he might be kind of sneaky. I think he's going to end up taking number 1 reps. Jadarian Price, I know everybody's saying he's going to get the lion's share of work. He wasn't the lion's share in college. I don't know that he's going to be the lion's share quite yet as a 3-down back. I think, I don't know. Everybody's high on Jadarian Price. I'm not as high. I think I'm going to second think that. Let's go to wide receiver, Khalil Shakir. I just talked about him. With more going in there, that makes it muddy. I don't know that I want. I know it seems like a good stack with me picking up Josh Allen the third, but I don't know. Let's see. Jalen Coker. I don't think Bryce Young's going to throw enough. Oh, I got a sneaky little pick here. I think I'm going to pick up Casey Concepcion. I think that he is to the moon this year. I think he's very talented, and I think he might end up being the number one, rivaling Harold Fannin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take Casey Concepcion here. And we're going to see who else fell that I probably missed. Khalil Shakir, Jaden Higgins, Keaton Mitchell, Juwan Jennings, Dalton Kincaid, Emmett Johnson, Dak Prescott in the 12th. That's crazy. I think he's going to finish like 5th overall. That's wild. Of course, this is the AI software, so who knows what some guys are doing, and it is going off of ADP right now, so that's kind of crazy. Jake Ferguson and then Kyler Murray in the 12th. I think that might be a bargain right there. I think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. Okay, so we're going to do one more pick and call it goodsies. We already did tight end. Running back. Man, nothing's blowing up my skirt here, guys. Quarterback. Do I want a second quarterback just to... Josh Allen really hasn't gotten injured. No, I don't think I want to do second quarterback. We should do maybe high upside wide receiver. You know what? I'm going to pick up Adonai Mitchell. I think he's going to be number 2 in his offense. In a competent offense, we've seen Geno Smith be able to hold down 2 wide receivers at once. I think that's going to, I'm going to do that. Pretty much everybody after this is free, and you can pretty much grab whoever you want after that. Let's look at our team real quick. I want to see what our team looks like. Okay, if you look over here, we got Josh Allen. I rated him as the number 1 quarterback. Chase Brown, he's pretty good. I kind of reached for him just a little bit. There was a couple other options I could have gotten. I guess I could have went with Puka or Justin Jefferson. I just think running backs are really hard to come by. I really went running back heavy because I want a solid team here. Omarion Hampton, he's supposed to blow up in the Mike McDaniel system. Ladd McConkey, same thing. Mike McDaniel. It doesn't bother me that I get 2 players from the same offense. Ladd is going to eat it up. Keenan Allen's not there. Quentin Johnston is his competition. And Rondé Gadsden. I just see Ladd McConkey, doing all the over the middle stuff. I think that's a good one. Carnell Tate, he's definitely going to be the number 1 in Tennessee. I know Wan'Dale Robinson's there and he's the veteran, but Carnell Tate is just super talented. I like him as this wide receiver too. Isaiah Likely, he's going to eat up all the targets there. And then I got Bashaw Tootin as my flex. I didn't do defense or kicker yet. On my bench, it's just tons of upside, guys. Jordan Tyson, he could end up being the number 1 target earner. It could be something close where he's 1A, 1B type thing. Jonathan Brooks, he could definitely spell Chuba Hubbard. I hear Jonathan Brooks is like flying all over the field. It's just one of those things. Jordan Addison, he's another guy, in a 2 wide receiver system. Kyler Murray can sling the ball. He may be short. You guys might be talking about his drop-off, a couple years ago. But I think that Kevin O'Connell's fixing Kyler Murray. So Jordan Addison might be a sneaky pick. He might do 1,000 yards this year pretty easily. Casey Concepcion, he might have that breakout year. Whoever his quarterback may be, Casey Concepcion is just too talented. I think he might, and if he doesn't, I can either trade or I can drop him and pick somebody else that gets hot. 5 games in. If I give him a good 5 games to establish something, that might be worth it on my bench. And the same thing with Adonai Mitchell. I mean, he's basically free in the 10th, 12th round. He might be a waiver wire darling up and down, off of people's team. But he also might pop off in the first couple of weeks, and I might have some trade bait there. I don't know. So, I don't know. I think it's a pretty decent team so far. It's got a lot of decent upside and a lot of players that are looking like they're going to eat. I did go young. I like going young, except for Josh Allen. He's a proven veteran. I think this is a pretty decent start here until you get into the waiver wire later on. And of course, all year I'll be talking about who we can get in the waiver wire. Okay, so that is the team I got right there, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another draft video coming up, and we're going to see if I can do a 14-team league, and I might do ESPN on that one, and we'll go against real players, and we'll see what we get there. And I might change the position up. I might be at the end, or I might be in the beginning. We'll decide. You know, in the beginning, it's pretty much your first 4 players. You know exactly who it's going to be. After that, the real draft starts. So we'll go over that in the next coming videos. If you like my stuff, you guys have been on YouTube before, smash like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one.